welcome to The Coffee Grind with the Denton Chamber of Commerce, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Good morning, Denton. My name is Travis. I'm the Director of Membership and Marketing for the Denton Chamber of Commerce, and with me, as always, is my trusty co-host.
I am here. My name is Randy Skinner. I'm the Director of Marketing at Friends of the Family and represent as a member of the Chamber for Friends of the Family. And I actually serve on the Chamber Board of Directors. So I'm glad to be here as your co-host today.
I'm glad to see you.
Yes.
You're watching the Chamber Coffee Grind. We're recording live from the DentonRadio.com studio inside of the Discover Denton Welcome Center on the historic downtown square. And we're here to keep you up to date with what's happening in the community, highlighting featured initiatives and events from the Denton Chamber of Commerce. But today, we're going to be talking about Beaujolais and more.
Woohoo!
So we have Mr. Mike Barrow here with us. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
How are you doing? How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. It's the day before Beaujolais.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we're lucky you're here, honestly,
Well,
being that it's the day before Beaujolais.
Yeah. So Beaujolais and more is happening tomorrow
So
evening.
tell us all, if someone had never heard of Beaujolais, how would you explain it for a newbie?
The best party in town.
It sure, yeah, I'd agree with
It's,
that.
Beaujolais started, this is our 21st annual Beaujolais.
Wow.
Congrats!
And
that's
thank you.
quite
Thank
an
you.
accomplishment.
It
can drink now.
That's
what I
right.
was
That's
just
right.
thinking
It is.
about that.
It's legal now.
Yes.
Beaujolais started in the living room of Carol and Gary Kirchhoff
Okay.
21 years ago, and
I love it.
They wanted to have a party for their friends, and the Beaujolais is released on the third Thursday of November,
Which is
every
a type
year.
of wine.
It's a type of wine
Yes.
From France.
from the Beaujolais region, and tomorrow all over France they'll be toasting Le Beaujolais Nouveau es arrive, and the Beaujolais has arrived. The new Beaujolais has arrived, and so. They ship cases all over the world so that they're released tomorrow. So this was a thing that the Kirchhoffs did, and one day in their living room, somebody said, this would make a great fundraiser.
Oh, yes, it would.
Who should we do this for? and somebody said, well, the campus theater, of course. And so the next year it started. And at that time, we used to put a tent up on Cedar Street. And it was kind of cool. It was all outdoors, but the problem is that you could never count on the weather.
Oh, yeah.
There was
So
zero parking.
unpredictable.
And so as it grew, about 12 years ago, we moved it to the Denton Civic Center.
Indeed.
So we could have it indoors. We didn't have to worry about that anymore. There's plenty of parking.
Don't worry about the weather.
Yeah.
It's very easy for those that are patroning. It's so easy, and that's really nice. It's nice to just have somewhere where you don't have to kind of prepare so much to go.
Right.
And there's plenty of parking, too.
Plenty.
So
There is.
There's the
There's
lot around the Civic Center, and then there's right across the street.
Good parking, and this year, inadvertently, we're also competing with a game at North Texas. UNT has a game, but fortunately for us, the game doesn't start until 8:30
Right.
on Thursday
And
night.
so
Beaujolais
It's the
over at
perfect
7:30.
pairing.
Less than a block away, there's a shuttle to the game, so you can just walk across the street.
Free shuttle to the game.
Free
Yes.
shuttle to the game, and so you can just walk across McKinney Street and be at the shuttle. And they'll bring you right back to where you're parked. So
Yes,
they're at the
That's
Civic
perfect.
Center.
And if you've ever tried to find parking at the game,
Oh.
you really want to take advantage of a
Yes.
free shuttle. Because
Absolutely.
parking here is way less of an issue
Absolutely.
than trying to get closer to it.
But back to Beaujolais, when we first started doing this, we had one or two restaurants that would come out and have some finger foods for everybody, and then I think we had one wine supplier that had a few bottles of Beaujolais out there. Now that's grown to 25 restaurants.
Yes.
Just Denton's best, best of the best, and they put on the dog. I mean, it's
right.
it's
This
not
is kind of
literally. That's not what you're going to do. But they really put on a show. I mean, everybody. I would say most of those restaurants, it's their chance to try out something new for their menu. So you see things that you're not going to see every day going into those restaurants.
Yeah, they're off-menu kind of things.
Yeah, and
they always have beautiful displays, I think, too.
Don't
Like
think?
I feel like majority of the folks, it's like they're really showcasing some of their talent to make a
Right,
beautiful display.
Right. It's just and there's always plenty of food. We just don't have a problem with running
Good
out of
music.
wonderful music. We have
course.
this year our technical director at the theater, Les Deal, is going to be in charge of the music, and he's already got all of
that's
his French Edith Piaf and
Beautiful.
accordion music and everything to go in the
Perfect.
background. So it's
And I love that it's set up because the Civic Center that y'all set up is a circle. So like you can literally just start and just circle all night.
Yes,
keep going.
you pick one direction.
You just
literally,
keep
you
going.
literally graze all night long.
You graze all night, and
for
then
2 hours.
I swear, like every little curve, it's like somebody new to see, somebody new to see. It's like everybody's there.
Yeah.
You should be there.
Absolutely.
Well, and then on top of that, this year we have 5 beverage suppliers.
Okay.
So we've got three really great wine stores, Steve's Wine Bar and Wine Squared. Also, oh gosh, you're going to make me think now. Armadillo Ale Works is going to be there.
Fun.
East Side's going to be there.
Awesome.
So it's really and I'm trying to. There's one more. Apple Jacks.
Okay.
is going to be there.
This is
with
great.
wine
They're
as
all
well.
local business owners.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and that's
I love
another
that.
thing that's great about this is because it's all local.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a prize drawing every year. This year the prize drawing poster is I had to put it in smaller font so
Oh
we
my
could
gosh.
get all the prizes on, but we've got jewelry from places around the square. We've got a big 50-inch smart TV. We've got an Alexa. We've got just tons and lots of great wine baskets.
How does one attempt to get one of these prizes?
We have prize giveaway tickets that can be purchased for $5 or 5 for $20 on there, and then we draw for
good
those.
bargain.
And it really is. And this year we're going to add a little bit of a new touch with we have 2 silent auction items that we're going to do. One of those is from Total Wine and More is a wine tasting for $20.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
They
get
have
a
a
good
great.
group
Their
together.
room is great.
That's
too.
what I hear, and it's they're going to do the whole thing there for 20 people. Then the other one is kind of cool. We have one of our longtime actors, board members, Adam Reese here in town is supplying his limousine. And so the limousine will take you and 3 of your friends to Giuseppe's for dinner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then to a community theater or
To a
a music
show.
theater of Denton show, your
Perfect.
choice of show.
I love it.
Oh,
Dinner
your
and a show.
choice.
Yeah, dinner and a show and a limousine. So
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. So there's food, music, of course, Beaujolais. We're going to be popping the tops. And raffle prizes and silent auction items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a night of fun.
It is. I mean, it's.
I'm looking forward
we
to
always
it.
we
Me
always
too.
say that if you don't get your $30 worth at Beaujolais, you did not try.
You
You
very
didn't
do
do
it
it right. Yeah, you're not Beaujolais right.
And speaking of tickets, so how can people get tickets to the event?
You can go to the Campus Theater box office from 1 to 5 today or tomorrow. You can go online to DentonCommunityTheater.com or thecampustheater.com and go to tickets, and
Okay.
that'll take you to the ticket purchasing site. You can get those tickets for any Beaujolais committee member that you happen to run into. They will have tickets. I
That's
promise.
awesome.
They
Yeah.
better.
Got 'em on deck
they
and they're-
better have tickets on hand, or you can get them at the door
Okay.
when you come in.
Fantastic.
So they're $35 at the door.
Excellent.
And is it what's the kid friendly? Like, is it more of an adult event?
It
Tell
is
us
more of
about
an
that.
adult
Okay.
event. We've had several people ask this year, "Can I bring my kids?" And the answer we give to that is there's not a rule against that. It's
Right.
kind of your call on it. But kids do have to have a ticket for the food tasting.
Right.
Okay.
The wine and beer is no charge. But
Right.
you do what we charge for is the food tasting.
Yes.
So,
So it's definitely more of a date night out or like
think so.
gals night out, I think.
Yeah.
Probably
Oh, totally.
For the fun, yeah.
yeah.
Awesome.
That's-
Well, what else do we need to tell people about Beaujolais?
Oh, the time. What's the time?
The time is from 5:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
Perfect.
Which again is
Head there after work.
you head there right after work, and it really is plenty of time to take in the whole thing and get lots of samplings of the food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And just, it's a great place to mingle. And like you said, it's in the round. So you're just constantly seeing people
Yes.
as you go around. They're going the other way. So
Yeah, there's no corners you can't hide.
no, not at all. Not at all.
Well, that's fantastic. I look forward to being there tomorrow, and it's a really great event.
Well, and the other thing that if I can real quick is that we
Yes.
want to stress to everybody that this is the only fundraiser for the campus theater itself.
Oh, really?
This is not for Denton Community Theater. It's not for Music Theater of Denton. It's for the campus theater.
The actual physical
Right.
structure.
Yeah.
So the things that we have to do every year to the campus theater, the maintenance, anywhere from toilet paper to fixing roofs,
Sure.
that this is where the money comes from. That is from things like Beaujolais. But Beaujolais is the main one. That's our main fundraiser, and of course we get donations throughout the year from other folks and. But that's our main thrust for this, and so we want people to know this is for the campus theater.
This iconic building of Denton.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. This year we're also gonna have I Saw It at the Campus T-shirts for sale.
love it.
We have a new long sleeve burgundy T-shirt that we got just for Beaujolais.
Perfect.
And of course you can get your Beaujolais wine glass when you're there. You can get
course.
the little plate that the wine glass sits in.
Yep.
So I think we have a package deal on that where you can get
Alright.
your plate and your wine glass and 5 tickets for $25. So
Deal.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Deal.
Yeah.
That's a steal. Well, and like you said, it is the only fundraising event to support campus, and campus theater is a staple here in Denton, and we are very lucky to have its structure because it does house so much talent. So I would say go out, enjoy the fun, but even if you can't go out, consider donating something in support of campus theater in
right.
honor of Beaujolais, whether it's $5 or $500. If we all came together as a community and just threw in a little bit here and there, we can make sure there's enough toilet paper for all year long.
great.
Beautifully said. All right. Well, thank you, Mike. Don't go
Yes,
anywhere. We'll
thank
go through
you
some
so
announcements
much.
real quick. All right. So
Announcements. We got a few.
upcoming events and things for the Denton community. Starting, let's see, where is this one going? Thursday, November 15th, so tomorrow at 5:30 to 6:30, just in case anyone's interested. There is a series of programs coming from the Center for Women in Business about women starting up their own businesses, entrepreneurs, small business owners. And it's a bit of a series every Thursday at Stoke. And so Thursday, November 15th, once again on November 29th, and then into December on the 6th. There will be different speakers talking about, first coming up is the different business structures of businesses, and that's with Jill Jester, local attorney. And on November 29th, it's all about business insurance with Jeff King from Ramey King Insurance. And then on the last one here on December 6th, it's all about marketing with Heather Steele from Blue Steel Solutions. So these are great local subject matter experts talking to local business owners. So if you're thinking about starting a business or want to know more about running yours, highly advise looking into those events.
Yeah, and they have lots of other initiatives too. So if you can't make it out to those, just go connect with them on their website. So then we have Get the Gig. That's tonight.
That is tonight.
That is tonight, y'all, at 5 o'clock from 5 to 11. But you want to get there kind of earlier because there's a lot of activities going on. There's a panelist, which includes Brandon Anthony from the Texas Music Office, Carl Finch with Brave Convo, Mackenzie Smith with Midlake, Daniel Longville with Oaktopia, and just all around class act. Ellie Gonzalez with Denton Vibe, Victor Gann with Endorsed Artists. And there's going to be opportunity as a musician or a band or a solo artist, however you come, to be included in a directory that's going to be put together and hosted on the on one of the Denton websites, Discover Denton. And then, of course, Jake Laughlin will talk more about that and explain that. So just for coming out, y'all, you can get in a directory and it's going to connect you with folks that want to book bands. So if you want some gigs, then you should come out to Get the Gig tonight. And that's going to be at Harvest House, starts at 5.
Alrighty, and then we have a ribbon cutting coming up on November 29th at 4 to 4:30. This is for the nonprofit Grace Like Rain. They're getting their official grand opening event at their location here in Denton off of Sundown Boulevard. And we'll be there to welcome to the chamber and to cut the ribbon on their grand opening, to get into their new building. And it's all very exciting.
And ribbon cuttings are open to both members and non-members, so it's a great way just to come and kind of learn more about the chamber.
Yeah.
Then we have our quarterly membership luncheon, which is December 7th. This is one of our kind of bigger events. Our quarterly events tend to be pretty large. 11:30 to 1 is when this will take place. We are so grateful to Serve Pro of Denton for sponsoring. And then we have awesome table sponsors: Access Bank, DATCU, First United, Haysbury, White, and Van Zandt, James Wood, Medical City, North Texas Athletics, and Texas Health Presbyterian. These folks are all going to be sponsoring tables, but there's still a few seats left for you. We will be at Spring Hill Suites, and that's Friday, December 7th at 11:30. Be sure to register because this will close out.
It's a ticketed event.
It's a ticketed event, so it's $35 for members. If you are not a member but you'd like to learn more about attending a luncheon, reach out to us, and we would love to have you as a guest.
Yeah. And then last but not least, kind of rounding out the remainder of this calendar year, on December 11th, we have our membership mixer with Point Bank off of Carroll Boulevard. And it's going to be an ugly Christmas sweater mixer. So hopefully you either have one of those or you're wearing it that day.
Or you can make one.
You can totally make one.
Somebody make one.
You know, wrap some ribbon around yourself or whatever. But
I did one year where you know the battery operated lights?
Yeah.
I put that on a sweater.
On like twinkles.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. So yeah, bring your ugliest Christmas sweater and we'll mix it up. And it only works if everybody does it.
You're gonna look like the jerk if you don't do it, right?
Yeah. So you better show up with that ugly sweater. Alrighty. So, and with that, we have our final component to this program. Before we wrap up, we always try to ask our prepared fun question. You can answer one of the two or both. Mm-hmm. What was your first job, and or what is your favorite way of dentoning?
Wow. Well, I get to Denton every day.
Right.
And of course, Beaujolais is one of those. Going to community theater shows.
Those are both really good ways to go dentoning.
So, and real quick, I have to say thank you to the Beaujolais committee.
Yes.
These are 21, 22 people that just, from July until now,
right?
It's nonstop Beaujolais, and so they do such a wonderful job. Sandra Robinson has been our chairman for years and years
Wonderful
and years.
job, Sandra.
So
thank you.
Sandra.
Yes.
Please come back. But I worked for my dad forever. He had a shop here called the Varsity Shop. It was a men's clothing store, and so I don't really count that as my first job because you kind of
family business.
Kind of have to. But I decided once when I was 15 that I needed to go out and get a real job.
Okay.
There used to be a store here called This Old House, which was an interior design store.
Sure.
And the person who owned it was a lady named Sue Rowell. And Sue was very good friends with my grandmother and my mother. And so she gave me a job. And Sue was very much the Southern woman.
Oh, okay.
And she ran this beautiful, beautiful shop, and so I went to work for Sue, and the first thing she had me do was dust.
Oh.
And imagine this was a 5-room old house on Locust Street, full of antiques and furnishings, and so I was going to do a great job, and there were these 2 little ornamental dogs that were just filthy. And I spent about an hour polishing those just like crazy, and they just shone when I got through. And it comes to, the truth of the matter was I had taken off about $250 worth of antiquing off of these dogs. And so that night my mother got a call from Sue Rowell, and she said, "Betty Ann, Mike flunked dusting today." So that was my first day on my first real job.
Oh, no.
So I've tried never to flunk dusting again for the rest of my career.
That is a great story.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you are forever sorry for that one, I'm sure.
Oh, gosh. Who would have thought, though? Holy cow. All right.
But if you need somebody to come and, polish some things up, you're the guy.
That's right.
You're the guy.
I am. Trust me.
We are so grateful for your time and for sharing Beaujolais with us. Thank you.
All right, and thank you to DentonRadio.com for their support in the
Yes.
production of the Chamber Coffee Grind. So thank you, Jake. And for more information about the Denton Chamber of Commerce, you can check us out at denton-chamber.org online, or you can follow and friend us on social media at Facebook and Instagram. And remember to tune in every Wednesday.
Except next week.
Except next week when there's holidays.
Holiday, Thanksgiving.
So we'll be
happy
back the Wednesday
Thanksgiving.
after at 10 a.m.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, and happy Thanksgiving, of
Thanksgiving.
course.
Happy Thanksgiving. All right. Bye, y'all.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.